Good afternoon, everyone. There we go. Had my logo covered up my face. Happy Fruitful Friday, everyone, and happy Good Friday. My goodness, I can't believe that Easter is here upon us already. I hope you are making some plans to have a wonderful Easter weekend with your family, even though I know it will be a little bit different this year. I hope you had an opportunity to see the video that I did with Ryan Smith yesterday, the pastor of Common Thread Church here in Maumelle, Arkansas. He's doing something a little bit different and a little bit unique that's very interactive. And I'm sure that your place of worship or other places of worship around the country are doing different things to celebrate. So whatever that is to you, whatever that means to you and your family, I hope that you will enjoy that. So thank you for being here today. I've got a few things to cover with you guys, so I'm going to just jump right in. You may have noticed several of these things I've posted this week, the last several days, and so I just wanted to touch on them. In light of just what's going on with all of us, I think that a lot of the content that I've posted is just very relevant, and that's my heart. I want to keep it relevant, and I want to keep it important and be things that you guys want to watch. So I want to go over and share just a few things. One, if you guys would help me recognize some student athletes. I forget what day it was. One day, maybe last week, I posted that it was Student Athlete Day. And y'all, as you know, there's so many athletes, their season was cut short, whether they were in high school or college or whatever, they were not able to finish out their season. So y'all if you know a student athlete, do me a favor and go find the post that I made about that, where I'm partnering with the Popcorn Spot, and go give a shout out to a student athlete. Tracy Connors and I are partnering on that. Tracy owns a popcorn shop, and we just want to bless some student athletes. So go do a shout out on that for me. Secondly, it is Autism Awareness Month. And I know more than one person who has an autistic child. And as you probably saw, I made a couple of posts just about Autism Awareness Month, and I'm actually still working on pulling together one more story for the month on that. So I'm very anxious to do that. But look at the post that I did about the opportunity to win a bracelet, and not just because it's a wonderful, beautiful bracelet, and it is, but the purchase of that bracelet and other items, certain items that are Stella and Dot jewelry, a portion of the proceeds will go to benefit the Holly Rod Foundation. And so we want to be able to give back. That, how I like tying in those nonprofits. And my client, Dr. Dawn Shop Talk, has purchased the friendship bracelet from Stella and Dot. So go over there and like Dr. Dawn's page, help her, show her some love, help her build up her followers on her page, and make a comment and have an opportunity to win that bracelet. And hey, while you're there, check out the Stella and Dot website too, because you can support my good friend Kaylee, who is a Stella and Dot representative. And I know that organization gives back in many, many ways, not just to the Holly Rod Foundation. I hope that you enjoyed our first Monday morning huddle this past Monday, where Dr. Dawn covered the first 2 of her top 5 tips for working from home. We will cover the final 3 this coming Monday at 7 a.m. So you'll want to tune in for that. And then following, we'll continue to have content. We'll continue to have those huddles for several Mondays in a row. I won't give away too much right now, but it will be just wonderful information that will continue to follow along with her tips for working from home. So y'all be sure to tune in for the Monday morning huddles and invite people. I know everybody's not an early bird, so you can always catch it later. You can do the replay if 7 a.m. is too early for you. Another couple of things. Gosh, I got a lot of stuff this week, but it's good. It means lots going on. I had given over on the Good Eatin group, I put a call out for guests. So if you are a cook love to cook, whether it's a home chef, you own a restaurant, if you know someone who is a home chef, loves to cook, is a foodie, or owns a local restaurant, I would love to have some folks as my guests on the Good Eatin live events that I do. I love the interaction and the engagement that I have in that group. And I really want to showcase some people and their different styles of cooking and the different dishes, because we all working together can bring so much to the table. Ha ha, no pun intended. So again, check out that Good Eatin group and comment over there on that post that I did about wanting guests, or, send me a message or something. I really am excited about the potential of doing that over there in that group. Lastly, I have an ask of you, and then I'm going to tell you about some upcoming stories. My ask would be, help me build up my subscribers on my YouTube channel. I have worked really hard the last couple of weeks, not only getting all the videos uploaded that I've done, but just getting them looking better, updating those thumbnails, trying to organize them a little bit. I'm still working on it, but I really want that to be the place where all these videos are housed. I do get asked from time to time about certain videos. Didn't you do a video on that? Didn't you do a video on this? Where do I find that? How do I see you making that recipe? I'm trying to house every bit of that on that YouTube channel. So if you would help me by subscribing so that it's more readily able to find, and I can get my own URL instead of the URL that has like a million numbers and letters behind it. So I would appreciate it if y'all would help me with that too. So, that was a mouthful. I want to tell y'all about upcoming stories for this coming week that I've got in place. Again, very relevant information, very timely information, and some exciting stuff too. On Tuesday, I will be interviewing a young man that lives right here in Maumelle, Arkansas. And y'all, I've not met him in person yet, but I just already know that I really am going to like him when I do meet him in person. I'm so impressed with him. He's a sophomore at Arkansas State, and he was recently on Wheel of Fortune. You may have seen him. He was on this past week. His name is Alex, and he is just a jewel. He's also an entrepreneur, a sophomore in college, and he has started an incredible company. And a little hint there, you can tell your the guys in your lives, it's sports related. He is majoring in sports field, and his company is sports related. And so you will want to tune in and be encouraged by this young man that's just making a difference already in young adulthood. So in fact, I am going to post about that this afternoon. So be sure and mark that. I've got that coming up. And then my other two stories for next week are centered more specifically around COVID. And I'm going to have one discussion with someone about mental health. And mental health, not just during this time, but just in general. This is someone that approached me and is willing to be very, very transparent about her personal issues with mental health. And then we will speak to, of course, what that means during this time as we are all inside our houses and have the propensity to move toward a state of anxiety, fear, depression, all those things. And so we're going to talk about some ways that we can stay healthy from a mental perspective. And I think you'll really, really enjoy her story. And then next Friday, for Fruitful Friday, my guest is a healthcare expert. And she too will speak to mental health, but she will speak even more so to y'all, just giving us the facts about what's the difference between isolation and quarantine, and why hasn't been Arkansas issued a stay-at-home order versus other southern states have. There can be lots of confusion out there. And when I was talking with her this morning and we were having a discussion about just preparing for what our content would be next week, she said, Michelle, quite honestly, as a practitioner and all the other healthcare practitioners that I'm around, we know our lingo, we know our language, and sometimes we take it for granted, I think, that the general public knows, and you don't know what you don't know. So she said, I really try to be very, very intentional when I'm talking about it and the words that I'm using, and not just use the practitioner lingo. So tune in for that one next Friday as well. You'll want to just to, get educated. So really good content. And then lastly, I'm not sure what day this one is yet, but I'm also going to have a guest to talk about finances during this time, from the perspective of if you have investments, if you should be investing in things, content like that. All the things that all of us are thinking about and wondering about and probably have questions about during this time. So be sure and tune in for some of those, all of those. And as you know, even if you can't catch it live, they'll always be here. They'll always be, here later. You can tune in and watch the replay. And as mentioned earlier, I'm trying to get everything loaded to YouTube. In fact, this new platform that I'm using for my lives now, I have it set up to automatically stream to YouTube, just like it's automatically streaming to Facebook. So I'm learning new things, which is exciting. This is a good time for me to dig my heels in and step it up just a little bit with the videos, adding some different little tricks. And I can go in and throw my logo up there. Of course, that's almost overkill because I've got my sign behind me. Y'all saw the opening overlay. I didn't take it off soon enough before I was back behind it. So y'all know me. I keep it real. I'm having a good time with it. It's been a great platform to kind of transform these videos and take them to the next step. So there you go. Thank you all so much for your continued support of Southern Inspirations. We are continuing to grow and evolve. You might have seen several videos I have put out recently that are speaking more and more to exactly what Southern Inspirations is, and what I'm doing. And just you'll continue to see more as I refine that a little bit better. And I continue to bring the content again that is important, and not just the content, but services, y'all. I am working my way through the best way to provide things as it relates to the chalk painting and some of the crafting and the decorating that I love to do, and that the Lord has gifted me with skills, talents, and abilities to be able to do. I'm putting more thought into the cooking demonstrations and how might that look. So any of those things, if you are interested or you know someone who might be interested in some virtual demonstrations, instructions, things of that nature, if it has anything to do with decorating, cooking, chalk painting, of course, marketing, advertising, PR, social media, management campaigns. I'm working on several right now, so I'm always open to have those discussions. So my goodness gracious, I have shared a lot. So I'll just say thank you so much again. Keep watching, keep sharing. You'll have a wonderful Easter weekend, and I will see you next time. Live life, y'all. Bye.